we go.
All right. Hey, this is day 25 of the stay-at-home order, and it is Friday. It's Friday. If you didn't know that, it's Friday. See, I say that because aren't these days blending together? You wake up and you go, what the heck? What is today? Am I supposed to be at work? Is it what time of day is it? What month is it? It's been a little bit unsettling that way, but hey, it's good to see you. This is day 25 of the stay-at-home order. If you're just joining in for this video, what we're doing here is my family decided when we got the order back on March 22nd, and the order was going to go into effect on March 24th to stay at home for 30 days. My family decided we wanted to document this. We wanted to really put on video what we felt and what we experienced during this 30-day stay at home. And so we've been doing this for 25 days now. If you want to see the other videos, go ahead and click on this link up here. But today was kind of a neat day. It was a culmination of several different activities that have happened over the past week and a half. But it caught my attention. The final straw was that video that the initial clip of the start of this video. But let me set this story for you. Over the last several weeks, because I've had a chance to spend more time, really, 24/7, right, with my family, and just seeing the kids and how they're operating. I spend a lot of time with my family anyway, but this is in addition to my normal time that I spend, because we're under the same roof all day long. And so I'm just seeing different activities that are going on that I'm just loving. So take, for example, when it was warm out, it was neat to see my boy. I would peek out the window after he got done with school. I'd peek out the window, and he's in the back near the chickens, and he's just turning over every rock and every piece of wood and everything that's laying, and he was pulling up worms, and he's tossing them to the chickens. It's just super cool to see that, and just keeping himself busy with those types of activities. Normally, during regular school year, he gets up early, gets his breakfast. I run him to school, and then he goes all day long. And by the time he gets home, he gets a little bit of time to work on some homework, and then we eat, and then he does a few fun things up in his room, and then he's back at home working in his bedtime. And so it's a pretty full day. And so now with the virtual school situation, he has more time on his hands, and he can't go and visit with friends, and can't play with friends outside. And so he's doing things to keep himself busy, digging up worms, sharpening sticks, doing all kinds of different things that boys do, and he's just enjoying the heck out of it. But last night, I saw him. I'm sitting in the TV room, and I'm sitting there watching, and he. Next thing you know, I'm looking in the kitchen, and he's mixing up cookie batter. He's or cookie dough. He's gonna make cookies. Now. Most of the dough went into his mouth before it got on the pan to bake, but it didn't matter, because he was working hard. He was following a recipe, and he was cooking cookies, and they turned out good. I had several of them, 4 of them. But the other thing that really hit home to this today is that one of his controllers to the video game that he has went bad, and he broke the thumb joystick. And so instead of just saying enough's enough, instead of just saying giving up, he went online, went to YouTube, searched different key phrases, and found instructions on how to tear that thing down. So he comes down, barreling down the stairs. He said, "Dad, do you have this tool, this tool, this tool?" I said, "What for?" And he told me what he wanted to do. He was going to take that thing apart and see if he could fix it. And it just, I love that, because that was me at his age. I loved tearing things down. I mean, there wasn't a radio or a TV or a toy that was safe in our house, because I tore it down, tore it apart, looked what was inside it and put it back together, and it never worked again. But I had fun doing it, and my parents, they never stopped me from doing it. I appreciate Mom and Dad for putting up with me and having patience with me. And guess what? He tore that thing down. And I really believe that he would have found a way to fix it, but it was actually broken to a point where we would have had to buy a replacement part and then solder, remove it through removing the solder, and then soldered it back in. And I'm telling you, I'm no good at that. So in any case, it just was a neat thing to see that my son was thinking about what's going on, what makes this thing tick. And he's just much more aware of those things around him. He doesn't just take it, and if it works, it's good. And if it doesn't work, he moves on to something else. He really thought through it. And I thought to myself, we should remember that. We should think about that as in our lives as we go through the day. When something is presented to us and it doesn't seem quite right, we don't just move on, or we don't just not question it. We need to question things. We need to go, what's going on? What's the guts of this? What's the truth in this? Because right now there's just a lot of things on TV that people will say, and if you don't question it with a discerning eye, then you're being deceived. And I encourage you to dig into the guts of it. Go in and say, wait, I wonder what are the components of this that's being said on TV? What do these things fit together? Is it working? Because again, there's some things that are being said that if you were listening to it with a critical ear, you'd go, this doesn't make sense. This isn't working. This isn't right. And so I just encourage you to take a lesson from my son and dig into it. Hey, listen, I hope that you are observing those things in your family's lives that get you excited and that have shown you the growth that's happening in your lives right now. I hope you're taking care of yourself. Hope you're taking care of your family. And I hope that you're just looking forward to a time where we can get out and actually see each other face to face and wave to each other. But in the meantime, I'll keep doing this. Hit like if you like the video. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow.